So let's talk about Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets and what the hell is going on over there. Because I'm gonna be honest, it's been 1 month since KD asked for a trade and nothing happened. You had some rumors, you had that Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and the first round pick trade offer from Boston. They declined it. They wanted Marcus Smart in it and another role player plus like 4 or 5 picks. You had some rumors about the Phoenix Suns, but they signed DeAndre Ayton. They can't trade him until December 15th. You heard rumors about the Miami Heat. Why would the Nets trade with Miami? Because I think if you trade KD, you're gonna trade Kyrie. Because I'm gonna be honest, Kyrie alone with Ben Simmons and the future assets that they would gain, the Nets ain't a contender. And then you should just go for rebuild. Which is sad because they had kind of the same thing 10 years ago. They fumbled it. Now, if KD gets traded, they fumbled it again. And it's just sad to see how the Brooklyn Nets kind of destroyed themselves. Or how the pandemic destroyed Brooklyn. And I think KD isn't going to get traded at this point because they don't get what they want for KD. I feel like this whole Rudy Gobert thing is probably the reason why Donovan ain't traded right now, why KD ain't traded, or why Kyrie ain't traded. Because Rudy Gobert was traded for like 6 picks unprotected, plus some good role players in Pat Bev and Vanderbilt. And I must gotta say, I think KD is gonna stay with the Nets for at least one more season, or until the trade deadline. Because I think the Nets don't get what they want, and other teams ain't willing to give up 5 first round picks for KD. And if I'm the Raptors, I ain't finna trade for KD. And the Nets want to get Scotty Barnes. I'm not trading Scotty Barnes for a 44-year-old KD who you don't know if he wants to play either. KD said that he wanted to play for the Suns, the Heat, and I think the Suns and the Heat are off the table. I feel like there are other teams that would have a good package for the Nets. Teams like the Grizzlies, teams like the Pelicans. But again, then KD, he don't want to play in Memphis or New Orleans. And I'm not willing to give up my whole roster for a guy that doesn't want to play for me, or is not 100% locked in. So at this point, I'm at a point where I feel like KD's gonna stay, Kyrie's gonna stay. They're gonna play it out, at least until the trade deadline. If the Nets are good, I think it's a good chance they stay for another year, or for 3 or 4 years even. And if they play bad, they finna get traded. Or they're gonna sit out, which I hope is not happening, because that would be bad for basketball, for the fans, and for the players. So that's my standpoint on the Nets. KD, as of right now, I think he ain't gonna get traded. And if KD doesn't get traded, Kyrie will not get traded. But if KD does get traded, Kyrie will get traded too.